What's going on? We got Tennessee Flatbedder over here, and we got Mr.
What's up?
51 Logistics down there. What y'all been up to, guys?
Oh, just running around, getting my truck worked on this week, and picking up a new student. So
What happened to the last one?
he got released.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I remember now. My bad. So, picking up a new one. That's good.
yeah.
Tennessee, what's going on in your lifetime over there?
Oh, just been running loads and teaching my students, and got two tests tomorrow. One new test, one retest because he got nervous on the test yesterday.
Ah, and I had one today that failed his test. He failed the drive. He was kind of, I guess he was nervous on that. I really don't have too many people failing the drive, so it's kind of like, we're talking about like 7 out of like, if I had to guess, probably 300. Like my odds are good on that drive. Like I really don't have too many people failing that thing. Kind of drives me nuts, but let's get some of these comments knocked out, and then we'll start talking about some of the changes coming up and what we think about it. Pegleg, what's going on? He said, "Let's roll this, brother." Flat out freeze asked if we're doing a live tonight. We are. I hope you're still around. About 15 minutes. Timothy Turbo's in here. It's been a while since Timothy Turbo's been coming to the lives, but it's good to see him again. Flat out free says awesome. Sean Stevens still waiting on a TNT trainer. Is there a shortage of TNT trainers? I don't think that there. Okay, really don't think that there's a big shortage on TNT trainers. I think that stuff is slowing down. Like, so when you're doing 50K miles, that locks down a TNT trainer for a while. And I think what's going on is that we have a lot of people that started the 50,000 miles at the same time, and they're not offset because it all started at once. So it'll start offsetting and smoothing out. And have heard a lot of people having to wait on TNT trainers and stuff like that. So I do understand. I've been hearing it here lately. It's been a long time since I've been hearing that. Greenwich says 2000. Let's get this thing going. He must be in a different area code. And the Discord just emptied out. What's going on, Flatbed Trucker? Hello, everyone. The legend, do truckers go to, I don't know, somebody else read that word. That one's way too long. Chile, Guatemala. Quebec. No, we're not going there. I'm not going there. Slowpoke says the usual suspects in the house. River Rich says, look, it's prime light. Slime Pack. Hey, everyone. Hey, Slime Pack has a YouTube channel. Y'all check that out. I've been watching it. I have been watching it. It looks like her TNT trainer's starting a channel, too. I've seen a video by him, so. But thanks for joining in. Yeah, make sure y'all check out Slime Pack. She's doing the whole TNT phase live in your face, like right there on your screens, from your phone to your face. That's how close it's going to be. Jason Owens says, Wilson sucks. Just saying. I think that was directed at 51 Logistics. Your nose itching?
Yeah, a little bit.
Kevin Bo just started my 30K Tuesday. Going all right so far. So Kevin must be over there on his probably tanker. I think tanker's still at 30. I'm on the road living. Hey everybody, and hey Slime Pack, and Kenny Robertson says, "What's up, everyone? What's happening, Kenny?" Sean Stevens says, "Slime Pack, love your content." Dude, it's great. I watch it too. I'm telling you, like it's good stuff. She's going through TNT, learning a lot. So I don't know what you think about these changes coming around over there at Wilson. When do they take effect for Wilson?
I believe I heard December 3rd. So we're starting construction on another pad in October, and the new pad will have the new designs on it, the new lines and everything. And our current pad will get seal coated next spring, and will be transferred over to that next spring. So
Okay, so next spring you're gonna have both of the pads. Are they separated, or how are? Whenever I was over there, I only seen the first one with the trailers on the other side of it. Is
yeah,
where the trailers are gonna be the next pad?
yeah, correct.
Okay.
So yeah, they'll be to kind of together. They got to take a couple of lights out to connect the two together, and so yeah, so they should be finished by start in October. So they should have it down and ready to go before say November, before winter gets here. So
So let's because I see somebody already says what's the changes we're talking about at Wilson. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna present a screen, share screen, so everybody knows what we're talking about right here. And this is gonna be one of the things that's changing. So it, like I said, this is not official from Missouri. This did not come from the Missouri handbook, but this is kind of what the pre-trip's going to look like. Everyone's going to get a full pre-trip, and it's going to be it fits all on one page, so it's shorter. You still have to hit a lot of items and stuff like that. So I mean, it's just going to be a little bit shorter. It's going to be different. The air brakes looks like it's going to have more parts. I mean, like there's a lot of stuff that's changing, but it's pretty much a regular pre-trip. You just do your pre-trip, you study it, you'll be fine on that. So that's one of the changes. The next thing is going to be the one that everybody wants to know about. Everybody is excited about this one. And here we go. So this right here is a diagram of kind of what the new test that possibly is coming out in December. Rumors are still about the same for us as Wilson is still in December. If you're in Pittston or Salt Lake, they have different dates. I don't know the exact dates on that. I'm guessing pretty soon in Pittston from what I hear, and I'm guessing I think in the safety meeting the other day they said August for Salt Lake City. Don't quote me on that because I'm not gonna even lie. So the first maneuver is going to be a pull forward. So on this sheet right here, the first one is going to be a pull forward. You're just going to simply pull the truck forward, and the nose of it has to get into that box right there. Pretty simple. Doesn't look too bad. So then we'll go to exercise 2. It's going to be the straight line back. You will pull through that box up even further, and then you will straight line back all the way out the back of the box. Then we got exercise 3 right here. I'm trying to get the other one off of there. But anyways, this is exercise 3. So you're going to do a pull-up serpentine or pull-up offset. So what you're going to do is you're going to come through this box, and you're going to have to watch your mirrors over here because you cannot hit this cone over here. You'll be about 1 yard from it. And you're going to hit that left, and you're going to come out this way, and then you're going to have to hit a right. And the goal is there's a line on the ground right here between this cone and this line. The back of the trailer has to go between there or on top of it. And they're watching the tire of the trailer go on top of that from my understanding. And this is my understanding. I don't have the exact rules, and we don't even have this pad here right now. Just from my understanding and the studying that I've been doing. and you're gonna try to finish in between the cones in the front, and your trailer and your truck, from my understanding, should be parallel to this bottom line right here. So you should be exactly straight in there. And like I said, none of this is set in stone yet. I'm not the official spokesman for nothing. This is just what I researched. Then you're gonna have this reverse backing offset where you go from where you just landed and you have to back the back of that trailer straight into this box around this side right here and straight into the back, where the back of the trailer must be within this box right here. And then I'm pretty sure, I would almost bet my life on it, that your truck and trailer must be within this box. So yes, you can go through this dotted line, but you cannot be over it when you finish this maneuver right here. And one thing I will say about this, I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, guess what? The parallel's gone. The parallel's gone. The offset's gone. The alley dock's gone. Realistically, it's not. Realistically, it's not. And I know a lot of people might argue with me and say that's BS. The alley dock is gone. But if you look at this, and I'm just using it for like an example, offset. You have to put the trailer into the other lane. So right there, we're doing an offset right there to the right. Well, look at the actual box. What's it look like? It looks like it's going to be a parallel park. And what's at the end of the box is a spot you have to put to back of the trailer. That's alley dock. So it's a little bit, it's one maneuver that's like a mixture of all three, I believe. That's my beliefs. Um, Guys, anything you want to add to this pitch about this forum? You want me to zoom in on any of it? You want to talk about any of it?
No, I mean it's pretty straightforward, and you did. I hadn't looked at it that way before, Twisted, but I do see your thinking on it. Um, and I asked my training director straight up. I said, well, what about the alley dock? What about our offsets like that? And he says that's going to be up to the TNT trainers to teach the students on the road. And again, this is not Wilson doing this, is not Prime doing this. This is FMCA that's changing these directives and to make it simpler, more modern is, I guess, what they said at the safety meeting last week at Prime. So
Yeah, they're calling it modern backing, is what they're calling it.
yeah, and I'll just let you know, my safety director's not happy with it either. My training director, safety director, both he does both jobs. He's not real enthused with the entire thing himself.
Tennessee, you want to add anything about this backing sheet right here before I take it off this screen?
I don't see how you see the stop box on the parallel example 4, but I don't see the alley dock in that. I do see a parallel park, but
you should be one that sees it like me, because I'll tell you what we do. What you and I teach is around this cone and down this line.
right. But
It
you're not
doesn't
coming
matter
from
that we didn't.
45.
It doesn't matter that we didn't come from over here.
Then you still can't. What my argument is you can't say it's any close to an alley dock.
Well, what's at the back of the alley dock? There's a dock, right?
Just
that you have to
stop at a test doesn't call it an alley dock. Stopping our bumper in a box is not considered an alley dock.
Well, I'll tell you right now, what you teach on the pad is not considered an alley dock either.
I know. I tell my students it's parked between two trucks at a truck stop.
So whenever it comes to this versus what we're doing now, how is this much different than what we're doing now?
My argument is about the way you phrased it. You called it a mixture of 3 maneuvers when I just see a mixture of 2 maneuvers.
I can see where you're coming from, but think
That's
about
all I was saying.
think about this: the 3 maneuvers, like that part's offset.
That's more of a parallel technically to me, but
A parallel, you don't have a wall.
The way me and you train and teach our parallels, that looks exactly like our parallel.
Well, our parallel does not have a wall right here. We would go
No,
through it about right here.
no, you actually break through it about that front cone. That's where we tell them to go around and down that line. As of right now, there's no cone there, but in December, supposedly in December, there will be a cone there.
This line right here would only be right here
But they
because look
extended the box out for the parallel, basically.
look how much room this is. How much is this? Is about a third of the trailer of a
Right. And you
trailer.
still got to back into it. So when you stop on a parallel, you stop in the box.
I
That you
could see
back up a little bit
I could
more
see
with
this
the
more of
train.
a offset and like it has the word offset in it than
Yeah.
parallel. But I'm just saying it's kind of like it's a mixture of all three is what I'm seeing. It's a mixture of all three because you start up here for the offset, lots of room. You got to go in between two cones right here, and you're ending up like a parallel anyways. Whether however it's looked at, I mean, at the end of the day, something new. I'm gonna remove it for right now. I'm tired of looking at it, but
Makes my head hurt.
or actually, let me bring it back because we might have had some questions about it. I thought I saw somebody ask a question about it. My PSD instructor, Rod in Pittston, says something about that test. Yeah, it'll be coming too soon. If you have your CDL license, will you have to retest with these new maneuvers? No, you're not. They're not going to make us retest on them. Uh, did you boys get the free McDonald's fries today? It's National Friday. I did not. I didn't even know about that. Did PSD and TNT with Prime have used 0% of what I've learned in PSD? Used 100% of what I learned during TNT daily. There's no cones in Love's parking spots at 2 a.m. Last lap, it depends who you were trained by.
I
For
mean,
the most part, if you were trained by, it all depends on what your PSD trainer taught you. So I'll leave it
I
at
mean,
that.
pretty much PSD. You're training to get your license is being you're teaching the test. You're teaching the test.
I've never liked that. I hate it when people say that. I will tell you that right now. I cannot
When
stand it when people say that
you do
because
get
the
the basics
oh,
down, but for the most part, you're teaching to learn that test.
okay, I'm all right with the basics, but like I'm about to get me on a rant.
Come on now.
Jason,
What grinds twisted gears?
Timothy Turbo says, "What I see more trucks at truck stops getting backed into." So, and I've heard that too. I've heard that from several people say that, oh, with these changes, there's going to be more dangerous and, all that stuff. As long as you have people getting, how do you put this? It's not going to change the quality of the student. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to change the quality of people that we put out.
No, no, because it'll be the responsibility of the TNT trainer. It's how the TNT trainer teaches the student. If they use the student as a mileage mule and don't teach them anything, then
Oh,
yes,
here we go again.
you know. But if the TNT trainer will teach them what they need to know to do those offsets correctly, you're not going to have any more problems. Any more problems than you have now.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what. Like, if you wanted to get better out there, all these point system back up to this spot, all of that stuff would have to be wiped away, and the company would have to be like, you know what, y'all teach them. Hey, there's the spot. Put it in the spot. Like, no more of this back up to this point. Stop. back up to this point, stop. No more of that. And that's whenever people would start getting the true skill. Back in before like these big schools came out back in the days, and this is what I hear truckers tell me, like the guys that have 40 plus years and stuff like that. They said that they got put in a truck. There's a spot back in there. Go ahead and teach yourself. And they practice and practice until they learned it themselves. And they gained a lot of skill by doing that. And it's kind of like, I don't know, that we have got ourselves laxed, and it's good that we have a change coming up. We'll see what happens. But we kind of been laxed on like 1 + 1 = 2 for the longest time. And I think a big start of the whole process of learning about getting your CDL and all that stuff, and before you even pass a test, is getting to know the basic knowledge of backing. Like, not turn left because somebody told you to turn left. Hey, I'm turning left because I need the back of the trailer to go that way, or the front of the trailer to go that way, or the truck to go that way. I just like, it drives me nuts whenever I hear like, oh, they just need to learn it all on TNT. Well, we can prepare them a lot better for TNT, honestly. Tennessee, what you got?
Dang.
See, he just avoids the whole situation on purpose. Like,
Squirrel.
okay, now that that's out the way, what do you think, Tennessee? You think that TNT is where they do all the learning, or what?
Um, they need to enhance their learning through TNT.
I agree.
Me as well.
I'll agree with that, but I'm not going to agree with all your learning starts on TNT. Like, throw everything you learned out the window that you learned on PSD.
No.
You know, I don't know. I guess if Tennessee trained you, you can just throw all that out the window.
I mean, he does have a retest tomorrow, so I mean, come on.
Oh, I didn't go that far. Uh,
Hey, there's a reason why he's retesting.
why
Turner
is that?
shot him in the butt.
Well, hopefully his TNT trainer comes and gets him right so he'll pass that test. No, nothing.
Crickets.
Uh, that's more real world. That offset, I feel like, you know, I think that that offset, you're gonna get more. I think that you'll be doing about the same that you're doing now. They should just do away with PSD. Just saying for a friend. How you can get it new CDL drivers if you don't have no PSD part? Jason Bayless said I was a mileage mule, and that's also correct. What about those TNT trainers that just like, we hear stories? We don't know if they're all true, but some TNT students feel like they were just used to run miles. They didn't really learn anything, or they didn't get to back and stuff like that. You do hear that sometimes. So
You do. So I mean, it's a terrible thing. One reason that I became a trainer. So you know, we have them at Wilson, and slowly but surely they're being gotten rid of. So if you're not training, you're not training.
River Rich says, "Yeah, I've seen this quality we put out. Makes me wonder how the hell they go through anything to get out here." Yeah, I don't know. Tennessee, that's your answer. Sorry, guys, it's wrote in Braille, and he has to read it with his fingers.
No, my setup covers the screen where I'm trying to read, and so
Oh.
I have to kick the camera up. I mean, just like Adam says, 51 Logistics says, is that we got to do a lot of changing with what's going on out there. With our TNTs on our side too.
Yep.
Yeah. Yami says I got good at backing after TNT because of my PSD training. Good.
And that's the biggest thing on your PSD training. We're showing you how to do it, but we're also trying to teach you the comprehension of how that trailer and truck move together. When you turn the wheel one way, you need to pay attention and recognize what's going on, and that'll help you in the real world in the long run.
Yep.
Gene says, sorry I'm late. Here in Idaho, getting a load of cheese heading to the caves in Carthage. Great load, buddy. We are so blessed to be able to do this job. 100% agreed. Like, we are blessed. Greenwich never had a single day of formal training. I wanted to learn, so I practice every chance that I had.
And it shows, Greenwich. It really
Yeah,
shows.
and I think that that's one of the best ways to do it right there is, hey, here's your truck and trailer. Get out there and start backing. And just, that's why I spend so much time out there on the pad. Like, hey, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Is because you start to build your eye-hand coordination. Borings. Robert Stout. Boring. Gene Scott says, don't listen to them, Tennessee. You're a great trainer.
Well, appreciate it, Gene.
I was wondering if you were going to comment. I was going to say, wow, that was pretty rude. Tennessee is a flatbedder. He don't back up. Yeah, I know he doesn't.
If I don't back up, then how did I beat two reefer drivers and a all six fastest we can do it test?
I don't know what you're
Last
talking
year.
about. Last Lap Logistics says, my comment was not to trigger PSD trainers. Hey, it happens. It was really 51 Logistics over here saying, oh, in PSD, you don't learn jack. TNT trainer does all the work.
I didn't say it that way. Damn.
Well, it came in that way.
Yep.
I'm just saying there's no cones or lines at the truck stop.
They're
Tennessee,
all
what's a cone and the line represent?
The line is actually your parking space at a truck stop. The cone is representing the vehicles that are parked next to those lines in the opposite spot of you.
So why is the cone on top of the line if the line is the spot and the cone's on top of that?
I don't know why.
The whole line is the side of a trailer is the way I look at it. Just saying. That's the way I look at it. Michael Myers Walking Club. Michael Myers, are you back in town yet, man? Do you think the slowdown in team freight is being affected by Prime's focus on increasing the intermodal division? No, I don't think the intermodal division is really affecting us like that. I think that the intermodal division has opened up more opportunities, I believe, for stuff that goes like on trains and stuff like that, stuff we weren't hauling before. But I don't know, you might be a little bit right. Those train every time I see a train with a bunch of trailers on it, I'm all like, oh, that's my money. I could be like, you're taking money away from trucking. How many? What you think of the trains, Adam? I mean, 51 Logistics.
Either or. I really don't see. I don't see that as a decrease. I really don't, because they've done that for as long as we've been trucking. They've been training stuff like that. I really don't see a big difference because of that. I mean, it's always been there.
Yeah. Jason Bailey says, I'm so good at backing because Twisted made me do everything 400 times. I believe it. Pegleg says, did I tell you? Let me talk about Pegleg for a minute. Well, did I tell you guys that I started my PSD training at Prime September 2nd? And Tennessee Flatbedder is going to train them.
It's all right as long as he got his LASIK done. I'll be all right with it.
Hey, one good eye, one good leg. Come on.
Greenwich first backed up a horse and buggy way before combustible engines were invented.
Damn.
It was a major pain backing a team of horses. I bet so. I bet so. So, Tennessee, what do you really think about these changes coming around? Are you like, you want this to happen? Do you think it's going to affect trucking at all? Or
I really couldn't say yet. I mean, I see some good pluses in it, and I see
like what?
in it, but
What's your good in it? Let's hear it.
it'll teach a person to stay straight. Stop where they need to stop on behind a car at a railroad track. I mean, that would be the stop, pull forward, stop in the box. It's teaching you to pay attention to your stopping distance, where the front end of your vehicle is at all time. I mean, pulling out of the box is basically like a motorcycle. We do on our motorcycle skills test. You have to do a drive forward as 5 mile an hour and swerve around a vehicle, basically backing out of a driveway. That pull forward and move out is going around an object in the road. Parallel into a spot, that's still parallel parking to me.
It says offset. It says offset.
All right, offset back into the box is considered a parallel to me. You just back up a little further instead of stop in the box. You back up a little bit more. I mean, con is, yeah, are they learning how to 90-degree or 45-degree that truck to park in a truck stop? No. Is that putting more work on a TNT trainer? Technically, yes.
So you're thinking that it's going to put more work on a TNT trainer, or about the same that they already have?
More on the ones that don't do crap.
Yeah.
About the same on the ones that already do their job like they should be out on TNT.
I think it'll be easier, actually, because you won't have to not really unteach them the basics of the 90 that's taught on the test to get your CDL, because you'll be able to show them more real life 45s and 90s very rarely out there.
You're still going to have to break the same things, because that's all they know. A habit is a habit, no matter if it looks like a 90-degree angle or if it looks like a.
Yeah, but if they're never taught the 90 and they have zero comprehension on how to do it, it will be easier for a TNT trainer to show them, look, watch what I'm doing. This is how you do your 45. This is how you do a 90. If you've got to do a straight hard 90 or a straight soft 90, or just depending on the space you have. You're taking that concept that was given to them during the training process to get their CDL, and you're not having to worry about, because I've had guys that go in there, oh, I got this, and I'm just like, listen, don't ever tell me you got it, because you don't. You're in training. That's why I'm here to show you how you do this. Yeah. Oh, I got this, but you're set up in the wrong spot. You don't know where to be. You know, so I think do I like the concept of the way they're going? Kind of. I really don't know. For schools that actually teach, it'll be good. But for some of these schools out here that just push them down the road and they're not going to teach them the correct way of doing things, this will make it easier for them to do that. That's what I think. You
And
know,
where does Wilson fall in line in that scenario?
you know, I put Wilson's training right up there with Prime. All right, we're a very aggressive course. It's very fast paced. I think it's a little bit more fast paced than Primes. Um, but we're I think we had 19 students start Monday. There's like 10 left.
Yeah.
Now, if they're not making it by day 2 or 3, they weed people out. They weed them
Yeah,
out quick.
it's hard to get through the program, like,
Yeah,
and it's not even that we're just sending people home like that. It's like background checks come back. There's a lot of stuff. They find out people lie on applications. Some people get out there and they're just so scared of the truck that they're all like, "I want out of here. Like I'm leaving." Like I've had that happen. Like where I had a guy that was so nervous. Just I was like, "Hey, we're gonna go on a little drive, man. Let's go on a little drive." We never made it off the pad before he had a nervous breakdown. We barely pulled out of the spot. Took a first right. He had a nervous breakdown. He was like, "Oh, I'm having a panic attack." So I let him take off that day. The next day he came in. I said, "Let's just do some circles around the pad." We made it around the pad once, and he was already having panic attacks. So, he just realized that this was not for him. I mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of reasons people leave.
I was doing second drives with first week students today, and taking them out on their second drive. And my first guy, I was telling he pulled out of the pulled out of the pad, overcorrected, drove into the grass, couldn't maintain the lane. I took him out today. He wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. He was getting better, and he's never driven a truck before. So,
You
and
took a PSD student out for a second drive, or a guy that just passed his test?
a PSD student. Well, yeah,
PSD student?
yeah. We can talk about that later.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't say. Bo, the Osmond family's here. Renee's here. What's going on? River Ridge Smokers, West Virginia. Good thing about changes is that Tennessee will definitely be home by lunchtime. Scotty B, what's up, everybody? Nick said 3 weeks after quitting Prime, I got my new Western Star hit by a Prime driver. Prime drivers. That's no good, bro. It's no good. Hey, how you been, Nick? It's been a while. I remember whenever you were leaving Prime. Like that was what, October last year? Hopefully it wasn't longer than that. It feels like it was around October. This is my face. It says, "Good evening, gentlemen. What a pleasure. Great live." Thank you, thank you. Yeah. See, my whole opinions of this backing and this pre-trip change, like we didn't even really talk about the pre-trip changing too much, is that the pre-trip, the pre-trip was pretty long by itself anyways. Like I believe that it was pretty long. Like shorten it, make it a little bit shorter. I'm down for that all day. Like make it shorter. As long as they're checking the parts that need to be checked, they're pointing at them and they see them and they can actually check those parts. Like the wording, I don't think you should have to say all that wording. You should look at that thing. You should be able to look at an alternator and be like, well, that thing's not broken. It's not busted out the side. The wires are still there. It's still connected. Still got the belt on it. That thing's doing good. Like, why did you have to say all that extra stuff? Probably mount secured. Okay. Well, if you look at it, it looks like it's attached. Like, do you really have to say all that? Hey, this is the part I'm checking. That's the alternator. And then whatever you need to say about it. Like, whatever they determine you need to say about it, but not as much stuff. I mean, like, maybe take out the probably mount secure, crack, bent, or broken. Just alternator. All the wires are connected. The belt is connected to it. It doesn't have to be like all that extra wording, I believe. Now, it's a good thing to know that, hey, it's probably mounted. I think the probably mounted secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, that stuff, it gets old fast. Having to always say that. If they would just knock out those two phrases, I would feel a lot better about it.
Well, from what I'm looking at, from what I sent you just a little while ago, you don't have to say that anymore.
Yeah, well,
Just
everybody has to put their own spin on it. So until it comes from official, you know,
mm.
we'll see what happens.
Do you
Things are
have that?
good.
Do you have that where you can show it? By the way, because I just read something that I think we need to show people.
No, I don't have it on the
Okay.
screen. What part is it? Read it.
All right. So down at the bottom of that page, which is the pre-trip, is what you're supposed to check off. It has that part where it says automatic failure that we talked about earlier. But right below that, it says you may use this checklist for your CDL vehicle inspection test. So you
Yeah.
can have this in hand while you're doing your pre-trip test.
See, and I need confirmation on that because I watched some other states pre-trip and they're doing it with a checklist. So, like, I was definitely wanting some confirmation about that because Tennessee did the same thing when he read it. Like, we
And
looked at this stuff a year ago, about a year ago, and
And then also on that part where he just read, it says you cannot write in any other parts but what the checklist has.
mhm.
yeah,
And you have to point to, touch each safety critical item and explain what you are inspecting
see, and
for
right there, is it
non-fly.
still properly mounted, secure, not cracked, bent, or broken? Like, they're gonna have their own phrases that they're gonna write in. Hopefully, they do away with some of the wording because, man, it's always been a lot of extra wording.
Mhm.
Uh, Nick says things are good. Kind of miss Prime. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I hear a lot of people leave and they say the same thing. They're all like, "Man, I kind of miss being there." Like, we were spoiled, like washers and dryers and cafeteria and gym and basketball court and all that stuff. How's that new terminal holding up? 51.
It's doing really good. They got a lot of new things coming in the next year and a half, 2 years. The hotel's been approved. Premier Group's new shop has been approved. So it'll move down towards us, their small shop, and the new pad's going in, and the restaurant is in, I believe, the final stages of being approved. So
God dang, Tennessee, you put your driver code everywhere.
Hey, I hit it in the chat on here, and it did that itself.
You put it everywhere. Facebook, everything. I knew you were going to do that. As soon as River Rich puts his in there, I was all like, here we go with Thomas putting his driver code everywhere. River Rich says, use my driver code PRICSA. CSA? Yeah, CSA. Jason Bailey says, everything I will be checking today is probably mount secure, filled to manufacturer specifications and not cracked. Oh, I know what you're talking about. So whenever I was in Pittston, I had a completely different pre-trip myself. Like, I did a completely different pre-trip, and that's why he said that way. And Jason, you were lucky. You were one of the lucky ones. You just had to say it one time. In Springfield, you gotta say it for each item, bro. Like, uh, he's not even at Prime no more. Good, good. You Wilson guys can park at y'all's own sandbox.
Love you, Rich.
So, what do you think of that picture I posted in Discord a while back, Adam?
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as you sent it to me, I called my safety director and sent the picture to him, and he goes, "Yeah, I know. He's in our office now."
You snitch. What was it a picture of?
There was a Wilson driver that dropped the trailer going out of outbound.
It folded the landing gears and buckled the frame. It
Oh,
was a fully loaded trailer.
And Rich, before you say anything, we're paying for it.
oh, Wilson has to pay for that.
Yeah,
I'm sure
dropped it.
insurance.
Yeah,
Sure insurance.
but Wilson driver dropped it. So
Look at. Oh my God! Now everybody's dropping. I like this driver code. Use mine. IDONRHAVEONE.
I do not have one.
Yeah, it's the best one. Uh,
I'm not going to buy you that many damn coffees. All right, stop it.
oh Jesus! I'll fix that. Watch this. He won't be able to do it.
Ban him, will you?
Yeah, he's
Hey, I was just going to see what it did when I did it in the chat here. And
nah,
obviously,
now you're gone with that. You ain't doing that no more. 51 logistics. Where's 51's vape at?
I don't vape, bro. Sorry. 11 years ago, I got flesh-eating bacteria of the lung. So, no, not even going to chance anything like that.
Look, Rich even says Wilson's breaking our stuff over here. That's why we can't have nothing nice things anymore. Oh, look, and here's Jeff's driver code. HUFJFL. Michael Myers Walking Club driver code is SUPERCLISTICIEXPEALIDOCIOUS. Now, somebody spell check it and make sure he spelled it right.
I think it's supposed to be 37 letters.
Well, go ahead and count them.
I just want to know Michael Myers Walking Club. Did you Google that before you typed it?
Oh, you know he did. He copied and pasted it in here, man. I wasn't going to type all that.
SUPERCLISTICEXPE.
That thing's annoying. River Ridge Smokers, West Virginia. Use Greenwich's code. Old guys roll. OLDGUYSRULE. Yeah, I kind of figured peg leg. What's going on, Brian? How's Rosedale treating you? You made it over there yet? But as for these changes coming up, I really don't care either way. Like, they can change it, I'm cool with it. You know, it might make my job easier. Let me unmute Adam over here. I freaking muted him. But like, I don't care either way, because at the end of the day, I've always been able to roll with the changes. When something changes, a lot of people don't like it, and they're all like, "Man, forget this. I'm not going to do this anymore. I've always been all right with rolling with the changes. Working corrections for 13 years, you pretty much, the policies changed. Guess what? We didn't like them changing, but we had to roll with it. Like, this is how we do things now from this day on, period. Whoa. Well, we always used to do it like this. No, you're doing it like this or you get another job. Okay. My bad. I'm back out trucking next week.
Yeah, I mean,
Start at Rosedale next Wednesday. Okay. Congratulations, man. Get out there and run some freight, man.
yeah, like you said, there's nothing that we can do about it. It's FMCA. It's the federal stuff. So we just have to roll with the punches. You know, adapt, overcome.
Yeah, there's not anything you can do. Well, Pegleg's going to give us nice, kind words about how to use the like button because Tennessee keeps on flashing up his clipboard over there or his little marker board.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Hey, I just thought about it. You guys are gonna have to pay the monetization, or you're gonna have to pay a fee for using that clip right there. You did not have
I have
Pegleg's
permission to use it already.
I'm not hearing that lying right now, but y'all pay them after this. Y'all are gonna have to pay them. Y'all can get into the Discord after this and get with River Rich. He will accept the cash for Pegleg.
I want to hear your racism.
What is DOT doing to us now? Oh man, they're just they're always making stuff difficult, changing rules and stuff. What do you think about the strike at Yellow? I don't know. Like, I see. My thing is, I came from a no union state, like Texas, non-union state. Like, we don't like. I don't know this stuff about these unions and stuff like that. They tell you when you can go and strike and hey, either one of y'all have expertise in unions?
I've been in a union before.
Here we go. You're expert.
Actually, I've been in a union before in Texas. So, and my wife is currently a Teamster for the Red Cross.
Explain it to us. What's this union business?
I mean, what's going on with Yellow, dude? I've never liked the union. I just had to join at the company I was at, and same with my wife right now in Georgia. It helps, it gets you paid more. I don't know exactly how the Teamsters work with Yellow. I know they've bailed Yellow out 3 times from what I've seen on the news and everything. So, and given them hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to keep rolling. So, I don't know. I mean, Yellow's not doing their job and being wise with their money. So, I mean, I know their upper management is making a lot more money than they should.
How much more money than they should?
Well, from what I've seen off some of the other YouTube channels like Mother Trucker and everything, a president is making like $200 million a year for Yellow.
200 million.
200 million. And during COVID, they got $7.4 million from the government to pay their employees or something like that. So, I mean,
I've just never been a part of no union. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. Have people in my business, like, I work for this place, but there's somebody that's going to come in and fight for me, supposedly. Like, what if I don't agree with what they're fighting for? Like, I'm all like, wow, I didn't want that to happen. You just made me lose like some vacation time or something. I just don't understand the whole union thing. I've never have because I've never been any part of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Flat out free says, do you guys ever see who retires, quits white collar jobs and beginning trucking?
Yes.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I know 2 doctors right now that quit their jobs as doctors and became truckers.
And you see people come out here all the time for a second or a third retirement, so that happens too.
Yeah, I know a trainer on the pad that trained a nuclear physicist to how to drive truck.
Which one?
Justin.
I should have guessed.
We've had trainers down there training pilots to drive truck.
I had a pilot before. That was kind of that was some craziness. Oh no. What did I do? Clicked on something. See that the union settled the case with what's that Discord? I'll have to send it to you, Jason. Don't worry, else.
I put it in the chat. It took me 3 platforms to put it on there, but
Oh, so it's in the chat. Oz, if any of you were to leave Prime / Wilson, what's the smallest private fleet you would consider? None of them.
No.
For me. No small fleet. What's the smallest? Okay, the smallest I would go to is probably FedEx, and that's not very small. Like, I'd probably like I would look at Walmart very seriously if I was leaving if I was leaving Prime. I would look straight at Walmart. Tennessee, where would you go?
I'd probably go find a heavy hauler.
With who?
I haven't done any research. I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, so
Oh, I always keep my options open. I always look around just in case. You never know.
if I
Michael
start
Myers.
it means I'm leaving.
Oh, I forgot. 51 Logistics. Go for it. Where were you going?
The smallest fleet. Yeah, our fleet's pretty small. I mean, we're only 550 trucks strong at Wilson. So,
Okay, a little bit larger than the fleet that you're on now.
um, I don't know. I mean, I've actually had conversations with ET Transportation. Um, he's Ronan out of Canada. He always does those Facebook and Instagrams about the truck, the driver, and the dispatcher. Um, I've just had conversations with him about his YouTube channel and stuff like that. Um, so he had, he just opened a terminal here in America. He has 2 terminals in Canada, and he just opened one in Atlanta. So I was talking about it. I'm trying to get him on my channel to talk about it. Um, and he's a pretty cool guy. He's real straightforward. Came up through the trucking company with his own truck. Got another truck. So I think he's around 250, 300 units. But I would want somebody like Wilson, where it's a family-owned business. I don't think I would go to another day, another company too much larger. I mean, like you said, Walmart, good benefits, good pay, but yeah, just a number.
I'm cool with being a number. As long as my numbers on my check are there, I'm cool with being a number.
120 grand to start at Walmart. I mean, yeah, I understand that too. So
Like I'm okay with being a number. Hey, I'm a number. Like my truck has a number on it. Like that's cool. Uh, if they ever start using AI in trucks, do you think that it's just a matter of time before the trucks take over the human rate? I don't know
Absolutely.
about the trucks, but I feel like we are all replaceable, and like pretty soon we're not going to be having any jobs. We're losing more and more jobs every day to this AIs and computers and stuff like that. Like Taco Bell even has a machine in there that you touch screen, you order your food on. And like the people at Walmart, they're all like, "Hey, go to the self checkouts. Look at our truck stops. Our truck stops are having self checkouts." Other day, I was in line at Pilot, and the woman came up that was working behind the desk, and she didn't even want to check us out. She was all like, "Come over here to these computers." She put us each at one register and had us all scan our own stuff. And I was all like, "Listen, I don't want to use this thing. Like, I'm getting checked out by this person over here. I don't care if I got to wait in line longer. I'm keeping that one person over there checking out people, keeping them with a job, because pretty soon y'all are gonna run yourself out of work." And I'm telling you, like it's just getting we're getting more and more to that way. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist kind of guy, but someday we're not gonna have jobs no more because they're all AI.
you haven't heard about the McDonald's down in Dallas, have you? There's nobody that works in it.
I believe it.
It's all computerized. It's all robotic. Go up, you pull up to the drive-through, you order it, pull up to the window, a robot hands you your food.
There goes our jobs. I'm telling you.
15, 20 years ago, self checkout was called stealing. You know, so now they just make you run it across a scanner.
Yeah. Matt B says, "What y'all know about tanker? I'm kind of getting bored of reefer." Matt B. Matt B. You have been reefer for such a short time. You can't be getting bored of reefer. Like I don't even understand that. Like I will tell you this. I will tell you this. If you go tanker, because you're bored of reefer, you're gonna be bored of tanker in the same amount of time. What's it been like 3 months, 4 months? You think you're not gonna get bored of tanker after 3 to 4 months? Like, give me a better reason of why you would want to switch to tanker than just I'm bored of it. Bored is a mindset that you gave yourself. Just like, oh, I'm burned out of trucking. That's a mindset that you allow yourself to get into. I used to work with this guy. Man, he did like 25 years at the state of Texas, and he was retiring. And another guy asked him, he said, "Hey, how do you not feel like you're burned out?" And he said, "Man, if you allow yourself to be burnt out, it's mental. If you allow yourself to be burnt out, you'll get yourself burned out. If you're all like, man, I'm going to work every day and I'm gonna have a good day, you're gonna have a good day." He goes, "I didn't feel burnt out till about the beginning of this week because I know I'm retiring at the end of the week, so I don't even want to be here this week." So I set myself into a mindset of like, I like what I do. I'm not gonna be burned out. I love what I do. It's a mindset. And you're allowing yourself to be bored at it. Like, stop being bored, man. You're getting to drive, deliver places. You're doing a lot, and you're young. And dude, make money, get your experience, see what's out there for you, see what you want to do. I care about you, Matt. I'm telling you, I care about you. I'm just giving you some real advice right now. Probably should have called you on the phone. Greenwich Trucking says, Oz, I'll go back to 5 to 10 fleet, truck fleet bigger than that, and you'll get lost in the company easily. Justin changed Sheldon from the Big Bang Theory. River Rich says, go tanker and find out, Matt. You'll be back to reefer. Brian says, I have more friends. I have a friend. So Brian has one friend. He said, a friend, and his friend is there at Prime. that told me that Prime is cutting back on company drivers and going more fleet work. Is this true? I've never heard.
I haven't heard that.
That
I
that would
haven't
be a
heard.
stupid decision on anybody's part to cut back on company drivers.
Yeah, I just don't get that. Haven't heard that. River Ridge Smokers, West Virginia says, if I leave Prime, I'm going. I'm going to open a nightclub called River Rich or River Ponies, and they will be. Hey, soon as the doors close, they start passing out Happy Meal kids meals, Happy Meals from McDonald's. Just saying. He told me Prime is dumping 1,900 trucks. Yeah, I have not heard that.
If that's the case, we'll hear it tomorrow in the safety meeting.
Yep.
Yeah, you might have the insight on it. I don't know. Jason Bailey says my job ain't gonna be taken by a robot. I'm a local delivery driver. I don't say that, Jason, because you'll be the first one to go. Honestly,
Have you not seen them drones that are carrying Amazon packages and dropping them in people's backyards?
Jason Bailey says, "Want to go tanker? You think you hate washout now? Yeah, yeah, dude. Tanker washout. If you're lucky, it's a drop and hook at the tanker washout, from what I hear. If you're lucky." Sean Hobbs says, "What's up, everyone? Sitting here in Arkansas at a Tyson, waiting as usual. LL, hope everyone's doing good." Oh, man, we're doing wonderful in here. 51 Logistics already got under my skin earlier and everything.
I love you.
Matt B says 7 months, but what I meant is I want something more to do than open doors. I think part of this is my working mentally since I've always worked with my hands in my previous jobs.
You're
Bring
going to
up
be
flatbed.
sitting. You're going to be sitting around waiting for a pump to pump everything in there for like an hour. So you're not going to do anything with your hands besides hook a hose up twice and flip a switch.
And then he's gonna, yeah, dude, it's whatever you want to do, man. I don't think that that's a good reason. And like Tennessee Flatbedder says, hey, you want to work with your hands?
Go
Go
flatbed.
flatbed. I want to see a drone carry a 115-pound door. Jason Bailey, like if you're a yard dog, you'll be all right. That's about it. If the world ever did go to AI. Michael Myers Walking Club says, going back to the original topic with the change in backing maneuvers, will there be a time limit? Tennessee.
I haven't read anything on a time limit yet, but as of Missouri standards, they added a time for a reason by Missouri, but this could change it all too.
Yeah, I haven't heard nothing about a time limit either, so.
I'm looking right now to see if I can scan what I have and see anything.
Yeah, and like I said, we're not the experts on this. Like we've done research, we looked at it, we looked at different stuff, and we researched it on our own and waited until they actually said that this would take effect sometime in the future before we even talked about it. So we didn't want to raise any panic or anything like that. You can't, disclaimer here, we're not the ones that set the rules or makes the rules or in charge of nothing. So we're gonna learn once everything's out there and they're all like, hey, here's the rules. Guess what? We will know the rules then. Right, Tennessee?
Oh yeah.
Jason Bailey says, what's up with the new pre-trip? We don't know. Each day, and you got to think about this. This is coming from the FMSEA. FMSC SA, whatever it is. It's coming from up here, and like they're like, "Hey, this is what we think would be a good ideal," and they throw it to all the states, and then the states get to add on or subtract. Well, not really subtract too much, but the states are kind of like having their own, like, "Hey, this is how we're gonna do it," or "This is how our lawyers read this big packet," because like the packet, the original packet federal government sends out is like probably like that. It's probably even bigger than that, and it's all worded, messed up, and it's going to take some lawyers to read it, and some more lawyers to read it, and some more lawyers to read it before they actually get the complete understanding of it. Then uh, all your examiners have to go get certified in this new way. So you got the state that has to get certified first and understand it all 100%. Then they're going to teach it to the guys that are have the ability to test. I mean, like it's going to be some fun for a while. I imagine it'll come out. This is what we're doing. Okay. And a couple months later, they're going to be like, "Hey, we're going to do that still, but we're going to add on this one little detail right here." So did y'all see California passed a law that said that all AI trucks in the state will have a human in it? I'm not surprised. I think that would be a good ideal. I'm pretty sure that that should be everywhere. Like you have to have a human body in there. What if things go wrong?
How's the
However,
truck
things.
still? How's the truck going to back up? I still have that. That's my question because there's not cameras on the back of that truck.
Well, that's what you need a yard dog for. You just let your yard dog out there
Yeah, everything
doing
would
it,
be a dropping hook then, right? So
pretty much, or the truck shows up there and then the yard dog jumps in that truck that showed up and then backs it into that door, and then he goes back to his guard shack and waits for the next truck. It's a lot of walking. I don't know if I want to be a yard dog. Or is that the laziest thing I probably ever did say right there? Oakdale, what's going on, buddy? Oakdale's over there on home time, I believe. Texas is testing out AI trucks with no human in it. Texas is big, man. If the thing goes haywire, it's gonna drive across like all this open land for a long time. It'd probably run out of fuel before it ever came to civilization. So they'll just have to track it and go pick it up, empty of fuel. Not a big deal. I don't think we're on that level yet, and I don't think we're close to it. I could be wrong. Flat out free says, "What kind of average work week look for you guys? Are y'all out 1 or 2 weeks at a time? How often are you home?"
um, when I'm training, I'm out the entire time I'm training. So usually about 8 weeks, and then I go home for about 3 days. The last time I was out for 18 weeks straight, um, and made quite a lot of money doing it. But I was tired.
When I'm out, when I'm training and out working, I'm usually out one, maybe 2 nights. Then I'm back home training on the pad. So
Uh, with what I'm doing right now, I'm pretty much home a lot. But whenever I was over the road, this is kind of how my schedule went. Is I would get all my bills paid, like all my bills for the whole month by running. And then I would go home that last week for about 4 days. And then after those 4 days, I was running again. So I kind of did it like that. Now, special occasions like kids' birthday parties, some holidays, I would change my home time. Or I might skip the end of the month and wait till the mid of the next month, something like that. That way the bills would be paid and I would be home for that special event, whatever it may be. The longest I ever stayed out without coming home was 3 months. I stayed out 3 months solid, and whenever I came home, it was like, whoa, that was too long.
Well, what do you do now?
Already said I'm home most of the time now. We do the same, Tennessee.
But he don't know that.
I've been I've been working your hours here lately. I've been home a lot more. Uh, actually,
Up one more.
Oak, Oakdale. Oh, I skipped this one. How did I skip a channel member? What? Uh, well, Oakdale's a channel member too. My bad. Kenny Robertson says, "When are these changes supposed to start? It depends where you're at, what states you're testing out, and all that stuff. Uh, the projected start date for Springfield is December. Projected. That's not set in stone, but it could be around then. And Wilson is saying
From what
December
I heard,
3rd.
December 3rd.
Is that on a Monday?
I don't know.
I gotta go through a lot of different months. Okay, December 3rd. You really going into effect on a Sunday?
Probably going to affect on a Sunday because our classes start Monday.
Yeah. I was just curious what day of the week it was. I didn't really know. Oakdale says, I'm setting at Tyson's in Center, Texas. Lop home time, the beginning of the week, next week. All right. So Tyson, man. That's a good rest break. You could probably binge watch a whole season on Netflix of a TV show. Max Hammer says, "Is there an effective way to protest if we are giving O1 appointments that are non-existent after arriving, or the load that are just not cutting it? At what point is it recommended to turn down loads?" See, Max Hammer, like, it just depends. Like, that's a tough decision. Like, I can't tell you, hey, take every load you get, or I can't tell you, hey, look, I'm not even qualified for this question. First off, I'm a company driver. I'm not qualified for this. So, better yet, Max Hammer, I will tell you, join the Discord, and those guys will help you out a ton because they are great at helping people. But let's put the pro down here, the Mr. Lease himself.
For me, yeah, first, I apologize. Question's a little. I don't understand exactly what you're saying, but if you don't think you have time to do it, or you accept it, don't think you have time to do it after that, or if you don't think it's a good run, um, you got to call your dispatcher and talk to them. Personally, if I accept it, I'm doing it, unless there's just no way that I can make it, and I looked at the trip information wrong. And then I'll call back as soon as I figure it out and go, hey man, I made a mistake on this. There's no way that I'm going to make this 01, or there's no way that I'm going to make the 90 in time because I thought it was this day and not that day. When you get tired out there on the road and you get sent these proposed loads and everything, you can make a mistake and think a 116 delivery date looks like a 118 delivery date, and there's like no way you can make that. So I mean, first thing you got to do is just verify everything with your dispatcher and go over it. Make sure you got enough time. Make sure you could make it both to the 01 and the 90. And I have accepted loads that I looked at again and I know I can make, but the settlement's not great. I don't turn them down. The only time I've actually had to turn something down is when I've looked at something wrong because I've been running for 3 weeks straight on recaps. I'm tired and I just looked at the dates wrong. And yeah, it goes against me. So I always read everything about it before you make a decision.
Before you reject a load, like it doesn't hurt to pick up that phone and call the fleet manager and say, "Hey, look, my issue with this load is this, this, and this," and get his input on it. Like, I will tell you right now, picking up a phone and calling people around Prime for different stuff, like you want to know about your logs, call the log person. Like Prime is a open book company or a open door policy place. Call somebody, ask some questions. Call that fleet manager, say, "Hey, what's going on with this load? Like it." To me it's not paying enough. Oh well, I'm gonna get you here to get you this load. Oh well, that sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Or maybe, hey, you know what? You're right. I didn't look at that load very good. Your hours, you're not gonna make that. I'll just take it off of you because from what I understand, is whenever you get their fleet manager to take a load off of you is 100% better than ever hitting the reject button. Can't confirm or deny that because I'm not lease, but that's what I've been told. Brian, Twisted Big D, how do you sleep on your truck when training two guys at a time at a shipper, or do you not stay out overnight? I'm not staying out overnight. Like I don't stay out overnight. I usually get right back with them. It's I do a lot of these tire runs and stuff like that, tire loads and stuff for Eco Shred, and it's pretty much right back. Good night, Jason Bailey. Thanks for stopping in.
All right,
Uh,
Jason.
Greenwich says last time I was back at the house was back in April. Shoot, you were at the house when we had a brisket not too long ago. I know you weren't. It wasn't that long ago. Greenwich lives here sometimes, man. He comes and visits us in Springfield for home time, so I count that as his home time too. He has two homes. Michael Myers Walking Club says Tennessee, are you like most flatbedders when after you secure a load you say that ain't going anywhere?
Yeah, usually I say that, and if I don't say it, I'm throwing a few more straps, so I feel like it's more secured.
Hands on his hips and everything. That ain't going nowhere. And I wrap that tarp on there like a Christmas present.
I will
And
say
then he
yes.
never ever wraps my Christmas gifts. He just usually hands them to me or they're in a bag. Slowpoke TNT says just came out of home time after bleh. Woo. Slowpoke TNT says just came off home time after being out 10 weeks. So there you go. That's somebody else's home time right there. 10 weeks out, 1 week home. Finally back into my old one 4 hours later. Woo. That must have been a long dock to back into. 20 likes and 20 in chat. Is that what that says?
Yep.
20 likes and 20 in chat.
That's 100%.
Yeah, you can't. Dude, we're never going to beat that record.
Yeah, record of 46.
I wish we knew what night that was on, man. That was wild. Slowpoke TNT says, getting paid to watch YouTube. That's what I'm talking about, man. Getting that detention pay. Oh, I thought he said he backed into it took him 4 hours to back into the dock.
He got there, and then 4 hours later, they gave him the door.
Gotcha, Slowpoke, gotcha.
Don't worry, they'll get you in and out in like 30 minutes.
You better save up that. You better save up that detention pay for when you come down here to Springfield to hang out, man. You're the new guy in town. You gotta pay for everything, bro. Ask Rich. Rich comes down, he buys everything because he's the new guy. River Ridge Smokers, West Virginia says, I'm out 5 to 6 weeks, home for 7 days. That's a long time. 5 or 6 weeks. Oh, that's not too bad. I was thinking months for some reason. I was like, whoa, 5 or 6 months. Greenwich says, not your house, mine. How did y'all all meet one another? So I was doing some backing with my student out on the pad, and I was in my truck with the AC full blast, and 51 Logistics came out there. Stuff fell. 51 Logistics came out there and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I just want to tell you I watch your videos and you kind of inspired me to come out here. I'm at Wilson." And I said, "Wilson?" I said, "Dude, like we got to do a video. I got some questions about Wilson. So we should do a live together or something sometime." And that's how we met. Um, Tennessee, I found him on the side of the road by a wooded area, sleeping in a hammock, and I said, "Hey, why don't you come out here and get your CDL?" And I scooped him up off the side of the road in Tennessee in the backwoods, brought him out here, and then he's been like a lost puppy, just following me around everywhere I go. Did I get that right?
Not even close.
How did you guys meet each other? One of y'all tell the story.
Right here. Actually, we've never met face to face.
And me and Adams never met each other yet.
Really?
Yeah.
But me and Dan Twisted, we met actually out on the pad. I was actually asking another trainer some questions on some backing. I was struggling with a student one time, and then I realized I need to step away from students every now and then, quit holding their hand, let them figure out a little bit, and then step in and let them know, hey, this is what you did wrong, so they can understand. And then I'd step away again, and then Daniel walked up, and that's how me and Twisted met.
Yeah.
I remember it like yesterday. I saw the shimmering of all the piercings on his face, and like just I was like, "Oh, look, it's a guy that listens to metal." And then we locked eye contact.
And I think there was a whoop whoop in the middle of that too.
Yeah, whoop whoop. You got it for yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't know, something like that. I mean, it was a summer day. It's not too bad of a summer day. Like there was a little breeze going on, but we were still a little bit hot and sweaty. That's how we met. Renee says, we usually take off a few days off at the terminal rather than go home. The truck is home. Yeah, you can take off wherever you want too. That's the great thing. If the truck is home, you can take off different places. Like all it takes is like get a rental car and go check out a city that you always wanted to see or something like that. I mean, now don't get me wrong, I enjoy seeing y'all at the terminal. I really do. I really do. It was like always enjoy seeing y'all when y'all come out there. Y'all always, even if I got one of those students, I just want to like tell them to go home for the day. Just one of those students that's just driving me nuts. When I see y'all, I'm all like, oh, thank God, somebody to talk to besides this guy or the, you know, it's good seeing you guys. Michael Myers Walking Club says, ask Greenwich back when he started trucking, how many stone tablets was he using while running logs?
Ding, 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 ding.
Adam, you must remember that too, huh?
I'm not that old, brother. Hey, look. They're still real.
Right? Uh, God dang, that's a cold lick right there. That's a cold lick. Uh, our stone logbooks were thrown away. That's where hieroglyphics came from. Uh, Mr. 2K says, do y'all recommend going company or lease after TNT training? I suggest you do your research and find out what's going to work best for you. Um, you know, I will recommend, hey, go company for a little while to learn how to run a truck, to like not be as stressed out than just jumping straight into a lease. But at the end of the day, some people might be good at running a business. Why waste their time? Or they might have their head on right and be able to be successful from the start. Because I used to be real big on like I don't suggest anyone go on lease first. Like you got to go company for a certain amount of time. But I've had so many people that jumped straight into lease and they're super successful. So they didn't waste time going company first. Then I've had people go out there lease, jump into a lease, fall on their face, and they come back to company and they do great company. They were just not good at the lease side. So half a dozen yes or no to either side. I mean, Tennessee, what you say?
I pretty much agree with you. Go company for a
Surprise,
while.
surprise.
Hey, I was going to say that regardless. If you'd asked me to say it first or you would have been copying me at that point.
I agree with Tennessee flat better.
Go company a while. Put that learning on company dime first before you try to throw your lease into it and having issues and then have to worry about where I'm gonna make this money at to figure out. Oh, the truck broke down on me. Where am I gonna come up with that money? Um, but figure out how to run that truck first, then become a successful business after that.
51 Logistics.
In these days, right now, I would say probably go company first, and get everything under your belt. I mean, the way the freight is right now, jumping right into a lease will be hard. You know, I'll be honest with you. I just ran 4 weeks as a solo lease guy, and I made money, but I didn't make the money when like I did when I first started. Freight is still kind of rough out there, so I would definitely go company first, get your legs under you, and let the freight come back a little bit. I mean, it's starting to come back, but not as much as it was last year this time.
Okay, Greenwich says when I met Twisted Big D, he so Greenwich had this big bologna the first time I met him, like this big roll of bologna, and he came up to me and he's all like, "Hey, you want some bologna?" I said, "Nah, I'm good, man. I don't know what I would do with this." Like I was like, I don't have a slicer. Like I don't know what to do with it. Like I was all like, I could take it home and try to smoke it. I never smoked a bologna, but I was like, nah, I don't got time for that. So that's what he's talking about there. Uh, how much merch are you selling these days? It's not too much. Like I'm not even gonna front. It's not too much. Just whenever somebody wants a sticker or something like that, it's mainly like people will buy the stickers. It's like I haven't sold many shirts. Some people will buy the hats. Um, not much else. Like I think I buy more merch than anybody else, though. I will tell you that. I think I buy the most of it. Like speaking of merch, man, I got those new shower shoes out, and I got the new water jug and the new coffee cups. So there are some new stuff I'm putting out. Uh, I when I met Twisted, I was testing out, and he blew me off like I was a chump. It's not true. It's not true right there. Whenever River Rich came to test out, I went up there to like congratulate him because usually I didn't go to the building, but I went up there to congratulate him. And then I saw this big fan club he brought with him. And like, you know, there was so many people there. Like, and then he was walking up from after his test, and this girl ran up and jumped on him and almost tackled him down because she was so excited that he trifected because nobody thought he was going to trifecta, but he did. But that's besides the point. She was so excited that he trifecta, she ran up and jumped on him and gave him a big hug. And then there was this freaking line around the side of the building that I had to go get in the back of the line just to get an autograph signed by him. And I was like, man, I don't got time for all this. Little did I know he's such a famous YouTuber. should have found that out a long time ago. And then I finally met him inside, like later on, whenever I caught him when he was doing laundry or something. He was on his way to do that. I caught him in the passing in the little foyer of the plaza and got to talk to him. A serious question: have you ever trained anyone with a prosthetic limb? Kind of, sort of. Well, not really. Never mind.
No, I haven't.
I talked to the Justin had a guy, and I talked to the guy. He's freaking awesome, dude. Like I just wouldn't look down, but like I talked to him, and I worked over there. Yeah. Now I've never had a student with that. Mr. 2K says, thank you. I appreciate it. I was thinking about going company, especially now with the rates looking the way they're looking. Looking to get my CDL permit this month and start training ASAP. Bro, don't forget to use my driver code on the application. I'm just saying COXDJO. And then I'm surprised they're not dropping. I don't see you typing. I can't believe that. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and use my application. What?
You blocked me typing.
What do you mean I blocked you? I didn't block you. You can type in there. I just made it where you couldn't like share links in there.
Still wants
But yeah, all seriousness though, like by the time when you get your permit done and you put in your application and everything, you got time to think about this. And you're going to talk to drivers out here. You're going to do a lot of research once you get here. A lot of that research is going to be done while you're here. And most of the time you get a company driver for PSD. A lot of times you'll get a company driver for PSD and a lease driver for TNT. So you'll be able to kind of see both of them, but you can't really compare the pay that's made there because we are getting paid as trainers. So, just do a lot of research and make the best decision you can. Like knowledge is power on that. Really is. Yeah, go find a micro lease to learn. Hey, if you are looking at jumping into one of those trucks that's owned by somebody, like a micro fleet like that, then make sure you let me know because I got a friend, Mr. Greenwich, and he might buy another truck just to put you in it if you're good enough. If you meet all of his standards. Flat Out Free says, how many videos / shorts do you try to post every week? Go first, 51.
It's been about 3 months since I posted a video. I've posted some shorts here and there. Just the last training cycle was just so crazy. I wasn't able to do anything. I've got footage that I'm trying to put out right now. Honestly, I'm just taking a little break from it. I'll probably still put out some shorts, but video wise, I'm just taking a little break, probably until after this next trainee and get him finished, and I'll probably start doing some more stuff. It's just been kind of crazy, and the time hasn't been there for me, unfortunately.
Yeah. Tennessee, what's going on in the camping world?
I've got a video on the cutting room floor right now from a couple of weeks ago that I shot. And then my shorts, I haven't done many shorts in a while. I'm the one that got twisted on doing more shorts to help them out. And then that's how it's going on my end. I'm probably going to do one next weekend and then get that going.
Too fast. My bad.
You're good.
So, look, I just do videos whenever I feel like it. There's no set number. For a while, I was trying to do one short a day. And then I was like, you know what? This is turning into work. My goal here is that, like, this is not going to become a job for me. I do YouTube for fun. I have fun on here. I love doing the lives because I get to talk to people and it's fun. Now, as for shorts, they're quick little easy videos to do, so I put a lot of shorts out. This week I haven't really done that many, and as for videos, I just do a video whenever I have something to do a video on it. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing. Like I ain't doing nothing. Like this week right here, I was supposed to not do any videos this week. I said I ain't doing no videos this week. I don't feel like doing no videos this week. And then boom, I made two videos back to back. It was supposed to be one video. That last minute, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a video on one of these tire runs, just to see what people think about it. And then I ended up having a lot of footage and had to make it a two part episode. So I ended up with two videos this week whenever I was trying to have zero videos this week. So it's just all fun and games, and you
I,
know
I
it,
I think we all need to get with trucking with Sean and get some lessons from him because that boy puts out like 20 shorts a day.
oh man, dude, he's on the ball. Like we talk sometimes. Like I was texting him the other day, and I was all like, "Man, I wish my channel could be more like yours." Man, he's over there killing it. Like I think I think he's at 25,000 followers and stuff.
Oh
I'm
my
all
God,
like,
really?
"Man, you are killing it." Well, we talk sometimes.
You know,
Going to do more research. Before going lease, learn to enjoy numbers. Learn terms like revenue, fixed cost, variable cost, gross profit, net profit, tax deductions, etc.
yep, yeah, absolutely.
Brian Walton says, study pre-trip before going. Look, one thing about that statement right there, study pre-trip before you're going. I think that is a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you why. I was talking to somebody. We were texting back and forth, so let me throw this out here before I forget. That way, people can, if you need to get a hold of me, you can shoot me a text message. This is my phone number down here at the bottom of the screen. There's my phone number at the bottom of the screen down there, 417-894-8098. And no, I don't know my own number. I have to put that up there just to know my number. Feel free to text me there. And what I will tell you is I was having a conversation this week with somebody, and they were saying, I want to get my pre-trip knocked out before I get here. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a good idea. Just go ahead and put in your application. That's not a good idea to be studying pre-trip like that. And what I will tell you is that whenever you come out here, you're going to get a trainer, and your trainer might want you to do a pre-trip a certain way. So if you took all this time to study this pre-trip, that I don't know where you got it from, because you might be studying a pre-trip from another state. Wherever you got your pre-trip from, it's going to be different than the one your trainer wants you to learn. And whenever you do all that studying and put all that stuff in your head about like this part doesn't have rust, or this part don't have this, or this is this, then you're gonna be stuck to that, because when you first come out here, when all of you guys come out here, you guys are sponges, and y'all are soaking up any information you can get. Whatever you hear, you're all like, that's how it's done, period. And that's one of the reasons I don't like the simulator class, is because everything they tell you, you're all like, you're listening, soaking that stuff up. And there's this one thing that they say is, if you're taking your driving test and a car has to back up, like say you're going to make a turn and you stop at the light, the stop sign or whatever, and you're waiting for it to be safe, and a car's over there, and they just randomly back up, you're going to fail your test. That's not true. And I don't even think that they meant to explain it that way. I think that they more or less explained it. Hey, if you started making that turn, that car has to back up, and you will fail the test. But you're kind of trying to soak up all the information. You're trying to figure out certain stuff like that, and it just makes my job harder, because now you're scared to like make a turn if there's even a car around. You're all like, nope, I ain't going. You're like, dude, you will fail your test if you don't go, because it is safe to go and you need to go. You're going to impede traffic behind us. You will fail. There's enough room right here to make this turn. Let's make this turn. And whenever you're studying pre-trip and you don't have the official printed out prime pre-trip, I don't have one. I had one in here the other day. I was looking at it. But if if you're not studying the official prime pre-trip, or you're not studying the pre-trip that your trainer has printed out or put in a certain order to make it easier for you, you're just making everyone's job harder. Some of the hardest students I ever had were people that wanted to watch a bunch of YouTube videos before they came out here. Oh, I've done a ton of research. I've done all this research. I've done research on back end. I've watched this video, this video, this video, this video. I'm all like, dude, those aren't even prime videos on the back end. And plus, I don't want you watching someone else's back end because you're really messing up out there. Like, I need you to follow the instructions I give you. And whenever you have other people, like other videos, giving you instructions on how to do your backing or how to do your pre-trip or what to say and what not to say, that is causing an issue for me because you're not following my instruction. You're not following what I'm teaching. You're doing whatever you've seen on YouTube. And that's not going to help. That defeats the whole process. It makes it harder for everyone out here. And Brian, I really think that like that was one of your problems when you came out here studying pre-trip and stuff like that. So, it's just you got to follow the plan that your instructor gives to you. You just can't just go and learn it off of some videos out there and be like, you know what, that's how it's going to be done. No, that's a Swift video. We don't do it that way. You gotta know what state pre-trip you're watching. If you're watching a freaking pre-trip from Florida that might have all this extra stuff on there, or all this stuff that like is different from the Springfield or the Missouri pre-trip, and you're testing in Missouri, guess what? We're testing you on a Missouri pre-trip. And if it says that you have 5 stages of the air brakes test, and if you mess up any of those 5 stages, then you will fail. Guess what? You're going to fail because maybe Florida only has 3 stages to their air brakes, or maybe they have 4. They don't have that 5th one. So right there, you're just costing yourself your test. Now, there's one thing of doing researches and trying to find the company that you need to go with or the company that you should pick. And there's another thing of overstudying before you get here and doing way too much of the actual job research. So when you're looking at these companies, watching these videos, look for how the company works, how the drivers are like, hey, I'm either happy or I'm mad about this place. Like, listen to what people are saying about that kind of stuff, but don't be over there in my playlist watching my pre-trip videos and then get here and get a trainer that's all like, I don't know where you got that from, but that is not the end cab I want. Because the one part of my pre-trip in my playlist that is my way, or not my way, really, Justin Humiston wrote it out, but I'm using his pre-trip, and that's the way I want my students to do it. I give them options. I'm all like, you can do it with the prime paper that has it in this order, or you can do it in this one. This one's a better order. It leads you to each next item. It's a lot better, in my opinion. So it doesn't matter which way you want to do it, but I have my video is this way. Now, the rest of my pre-trip videos are pretty much the prime, what prime gives you in the packet. So I'm just saying, like, do not do too much studying before you get here. It's not going to help. All right. Tennessee, do you agree with that? You probably do. Shake your head, yes.
Kitty, kitty, kitty.
51 Logistics, you got anything to say about studying before you get here?
I kind of agree with you, but at the same time, when I went through the procedures and everything, I did have Wilson send me the pre-trip that they use. So, and I did study it, but I didn't study it to the point because I wanted to have the truck there in front of me also. So, but I do have a mechanical background, so I knew what all the terminology was and what all the parts were. I just didn't know where they were at on the truck. So
Yeah.
So here, I got a question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
A Gremlin Hellcat, would you drive it?
That'd be fun.
What year is that?
I believe it's a 74 Gremlin, but it's got a Hellcat motor in it from a Dodge Challenger.
I don't know. I don't mess with Dodge, and I'm pissed off at Dodge right now, anyways. Because, well, actually, it's the Dodge car lot over here. This mother. Never mind. Never mind. I almost said it.
I just saw
Super.
that today, and I showed it to a couple of people, and they were like, "I'll send you my money right now." That would be
I'm
such
not
a
a fan of Dodge today because they irritated me. Uh, Greenwich says, "Learn how to drive the truck. Learn how to run a truck for successful profit."
yep.
And River Ridge says, "I'll take a cup of coffee." I don't know what that's about.
Oh, coffee cup. You said you have coffee cup
Oh,
merch.
oh yeah, yeah. The tin one, whatever it's called. What's it called? Tin. The shoot. What's the coffee cup I drink out of every day, Tennessee? That kind. It's not a Yeti, but it's a Yeti style, the metal ones. Okay, Tennessee, thanks for the help. Slowpoke, Tennessee says, pay off your bills as you can, and build a savings account before you go lease. It'll take a while to turn profit once you pay off things you'll need for you. Once you pay off things you need for your truck. Kenny Robertson says, I got a letter from my last employer that verifies my past employment. Will that be good enough for Prime or will they do their own check? They will do their own check, but you might as well bring that just for the just just bring it with you.
I don't even see your coffee cup or your water jug on your store.
What?
Not not off your YouTube page.
Let me see here.
I see your slides and your fanny pack.
Okay, watch this. I'm gonna share screen over here. Share screen. Share screen. Windows. Share. All right, so this one's a coffee cup. This
Oh,
one's a water bottle, stainless steel tumbler, stainless steel water. Oh, and then this is a pint glass I made the other day just for the heck of it. But
those are for the IPAs. Okay. Oh yeah, but your store on your YouTube channel doesn't have those.
what? Does it not? Oh, you see my shower shoes? Look at
Yeah,
this.
I see your shower shoes. You got black and white on your channel. I see your fanny pack.
That's so you don't step on the dead babies in the shower and stuff. Oh yeah, you probably can't say that on here. I don't know why it's not showing up.
No, no either. Send me your store link later. I might get one of those tumbler or one of those water jugs from you.
I don't know if this will work, but it's in the private chat on there just in case.
Yeah, it came through.
Okay. What's your favorite energy drink? Red Bull. We all like Red Bull, or me and Tennessee does. What's your favorite energy drink? 51.
5 hour.
5 hour.
5 hour.
Couldn't.
I don't drink the monsters or the Red Bulls anymore because they really made my heart race. And the hour is it just keeps you more aware. It doesn't really, even though it has caffeine in it, it doesn't affect you like a 5 hour or a Red Bull or me, anyways.
Tennessee.
It'd be first coffee and then a Red Bull.
Which Red Bull is that one you're always drinking?
Usually it's dragon fruit or watermelon, or the Juneberry.
Coffee Greenwich says,
And yes,
isn't that Gremlin the Wayne's World cart?
No, they had the Pacer,
they had it. Oh yeah, they had the Pacer. I had to think about that again.
which would be another really cool car to have a Hellcat engine in.
Simple Plan Trucking says, why am I in Tennessee chat and not the group? You're on his channel, so like you clicked on his channel instead of this channel. Oh, it's probably because you subscribed to Tennessee Flatbedder and you haven't subscribed to me yet. No, I'm joking. Jesse Finley says, I'm really waiting to do tanker side. Is there any specific routes to take through Prime? And would TNT be in tanker or box trailer? So whenever you apply, make sure you drop COX DJO on the driver code on the referral. And that's not going to help you in your situation, but it's nice. Um, get with your recruiter, make sure that you live in a great area for tanker. So if you're really wanting to do tanker side, find out if you're in a great area because they're going to look at that and let the recruiter know that that's what you want to do. They should give you a PSD instructor that might be tanker. If they don't, then it's fine. When you go on TNT, they're going to try to put you with a tanker. Now, if they don't have a tanker trainer, they might have you do some of your TNT with a reefer guy or a flatbed guy, and then you go and do like your last 10K miles with a tanker guy or girl. But you might go do the rest of it with them, and then or take the tanker boot camp. I think is pretty much how it works. What you think, Tennessee? Something like that?
Yeah, that's pretty much the way it would be.
Got along with the Care Bear? It's a Care Bear, right?
Yeah. Well, which one is it?
The Harmony one.
Yep.
He said cat earlier, so I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's a Care Bear. Oh, I should have let 51 Logistic. 51 Logistic, what Care Bear is that?
I don't know.
I just said it, bro.
Harmony, but I didn't know it was a Care Bear because I can't really see it.
Yeah.
It happens.
There's a reason for it. My daughter that I lost, her name was Harmony.
Well, y'all ready to get out of here and jump on the Discord for a little while and talk Peg Leg's ear off for a while?
Yeah, I've got 2 tests in the morning. You said what? You got to load tomorrow?
Yeah. You'll be fine, bro. Stay up a little while longer.
I'll get on for a little bit.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. We're bringing the Wilson guy with us.
Fine.
No, I'm joking.
I'll just go to sleep, man.
I'm
You stop
joking.
hanging around the river. I'm telling you.
Well, we're going to go over to the Discord. Thank you, 51 Logistics, for stopping by, and Tennessee Flatbedder for coming and helping out. Make sure y'all subscribe to their channels also. And I don't know. At the end of the day, I think that I don't care what they do with the backing maneuvers. It's not going to hurt me either way. 51 Logistics kind of sounded like that he was for it some because it would make his life easier as a TNT trainer. And then Tennessee Flatbedder still trying to figure out how it's not a parallel. So we're out.